The rural way of life is about making everyone feel at home. Tractor Supply chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to transform intelligent customer service. Together, we put the power of AI to work across 2,200 stores, keeping things running seamlessly inside, curbside, and countryside. This is elevated customer experience. This is Tractor Supply with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Clorox Sentiva smells like lavender. Cleans like Clorox. And feels like...
All right, that could go on for a while. Experience the long-lasting freshness of Clorox Sentiva. Available in Clorox Sentiva Lavender Scented Bleach. Use as directed.
Greetings and salutations.
Melissa comes to us from a far distant location.
I'm coming from you, not live, but recording in Fayetteville, Arkansas at the Visionary Studios.
Shout out. Welcome to another episode of
Feasting Friday.
Friday? And on Friday, we feast.
We feast. Fridays, we feast.
Fridays, we feast. Welcome to Feasting Friday, everybody. We're just going to gossip. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk, recap our lives. God, you all wish you could have little bugs in the studio so you could have heard the off-camera updates Melissa had to tell me about life.
So many different subjects.
Whiplash. I was having whiplash. We were going to different time periods, different people, different. Whoa, forgot about that person. Whoa.
But sorry, can't share. One, we have a cease and desist. Two,
and she's not kidding.
And I'm not kidding. Two, just some excitement, I guess.
The other was good old-fashioned shit talking. Anyways, so tell everybody what your lineup is, because I do think this time of the year, people in our age bracket can relate to the schedule that you have been given for the next next week and a half?
I am in town for a plethora of celebrations. One, legit. The rest, can't do anything with that.
Questionable.
But
the rest,
I'll talk about those next Friday. But also my mom is having cataract surgery. And for some reason, she was like, I have to get it when you're in town. Even though I do have
the sibling core.
siblings that are here. But as the oldest daughter, I have to be the one that takes care of the people. Yep.
You also have a dad.
I do. But he also had cataract surgery a few weeks ago, too. So.
Well, they could have done it at the same time. Like my
because she had to drive him.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
And then bad. She was like, I don't want him driving me. So there's that.
Hey, I understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes my hot take that boys can't drive. Boys are not good drivers. They care about themselves a little too much, and they're not so good with the reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, well, oh no, that wasn't in Arkansas, was it? Never mind. I was going to say, you going to get that barbecue you got last time, but that wasn't there.
That was in Houston.
It was.
But I will get barbecue while I'm here. I got the most delicious burger yesterday, though.
Ooh.
Shout out to Angus Jacks. Y'all don't have a website. You have a Facebook page. But we were driving to my nephew's game after I left my hair appointment. And my mom was like, she thought I said turn right. I didn't. I hadn't even said anything. But I told her I was hungry before. And she turned right for some reason because she thought I said to turn right. Keep in mind, we're the only two people in this car and there was no radio on. And, but then we came across a place
we have here.
Yeah. It was called Angus Jacks. And I was like, go there. And she's like, what is that? And I said, I don't know. I don't live here, but it looks like it could be good. She goes, I don't even think it looks like it's open. It was just, like 4:00 in the day. They just didn't have any customers at that time. We pull in. I already knew it was going to be great by the fragrance that was coming from the drive-through. And it took them about 15 minutes to make this. And I said, they are making this fresh.
Ooh.
It was so hot, I couldn't even eat it immediately. It was juicy. The fries were great. Mm-hmm.
And
it was like
hot?
a whole basket of fries. Yeah. Everything was fresh.
Oh, wow. Yeah. In-N-Out could never.
Yeah. It was so good. So shout out to Angus Jacks. Again, you don't have a website, but if you're in the Springdale, Arkansas area on Sunset, check them out.
You have a Sunset? Is it a boulevard or a street? Avenue?
I don't even know. Sunset.
Do you have a favorite one of those? Like, not because I know that they all mean different things, but like, I love a lane. Would love to live on a lane, but I love a boulevard.
Yeah, boulevard just has a little to it.
La Cienega Boulevard is.
Yeah, avenue. But like, keep in mind, this is the main street in Springdale, and that is where I never knew those because everybody just calls it Sunset. It's a very long street, probably as long as Sunset.
It's like our Sunset.
Yeah.
Love, love, love. Well, what a fun time you've had so far. And guess what I've been up to?
Gardening?
No, having a UTI.
Right. I was going to ask you about that later, and by later I meant on the podcast.
Exactly. I would like to amend the advice that I gave everybody on the podcast about not peeing during Cowboy Carter. Now, I'm just adding an asterisk because I still also don't think that you should leave to go urinate, but I do think you need to be conscious about rehydrating as quickly as possible because as of now, that is what my doctor thinks happened because I am not someone who gets I'm not prone to UTIs like at all. And I think I just got so dehydrated and I didn't replenish quick enough.
And the funny thing is, as the waterman was passing by, you said, do you think I should get water? And I said, yes. And you weren't going to get it.
No.
Did you drink it?
I did, but I stopped drinking it halfway through because I didn't want to pee during the show.
Gotcha.
Like, I should be getting chronic UTIs based on like even just from like a teenager. Like I would drink so much caffeinated tea and then I had horrible anxiety, so like I would never go pee during class. Like I would never, unless I was gonna like. It got to the point until I like started having stomach problems and I was like I'm gonna throw up was the only time that I would be like okay I'm gonna leave, but like. I'm not prone to them at all. And like, it started, cause like they basically said they start between like 24 and 48 hours after, like once it happens, it happens. Mm-hmm. And I started feeling it on, I think it was either Thursday or Friday. And I just felt like I just kept drinking so much. I was trying to replenish, but I felt like I was just my skin was so dry. I was like so dehydrated. Like it wasn't working. And yeah, so that was fun. I have to say though, and I'm sure people who get chronic UTIs already know about this, but they make a Tylenol for the way I referred to you is to your pee hole, but it is like specifically a Tylenol that you take that alleviates like the symptoms just there. Cause I was taking regular Tylenol. It wasn't doing anything. I'm like, how the hell does Tylenol know? Because I'm not sticking it in anywhere. I'm swallowing it. How does it know to be like, got to work on that coochie pain?
I didn't even know this existed.
Me neither. And she actually like referred to it by the name brand.
Of it?
Axe, AX, or AXO.
Oh, so it's not actual Tylenol.
No, but that's how she said it was.
Okay. AZO.
Okay, AZO. She was like, "Do you want an?" She's like, "You want an AZO, right?" And I was like, "What's that?" And she was like it's like Tylenol, but like specifically for like your like urinary tract or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, sure."
Okay, so Tylenol is acetaminophen, but this is phenazopyridinate hydrochloride. So I think that's the distinction.
It relieves symptoms caused by irritation in the urinary tract. Which how does it know for that? Because like when you take like Tylenol. That could be for like muscle soreness. It could be for a headache. It could be for like generalized, like whether like an anti-inflammatory. It like affects everything. This, I'm like, how is this so targeted to pain in one area? It's so cool. I will say though, it makes and she warned me about it, and I was kind of just like, okay. Like I didn't know why she was telling me, because I was like, okay. And then as soon as it happened, I said, this is what she told me, because suddenly I forgot and I was shocked. And then I had to remember that it turns your pee orange. And I was like, okay, yeah, orange pee. When you have a UTI, your pee doesn't look great anyway. Melissa, it is tang. Like, it looks like tang. I had to use ugly old underwear stained like all. I was like, okay, looks like it is quite literally an orangutan snail trail. It's crazy.
When I used to take iodine supplements, it would be like highlighter yellow, the brightest yellow that you've ever seen in your life.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But wow, I'm feeling so much better. I'm so glad Mott's made me go to urgent care, because I was like, I'll be fine. I'll go Monday.
Monday? That would be too long.
I know we ended up going Sunday though, but like I like started thinking I was feeling it, and then I was like, I don't know, because again, I haven't had one since high school, since like I used to dance, and so I'm like, maybe I'm not remembering how it feels, like whatever. And by the time that it was like Sunday, I like my back is killing me, and I was like, ooh, if I have a kidney infection, like this is gonna be real bad. So happy about it, so happy about it. And I just like love modern medicine. I love antibiotics. I think they're so cool.
Here's a hydration plan, the hydration plan that I did before Cowboy Carter, but also my track meet too. I made a bunch of juices, and I put coconut water in all of them. So I was drinking that the whole week. I drank it. I had coconut water in the morning. I also had Gatorade. And I was chugging all that throughout the day up into the concert. Then I pissed real hard before we left. And then when we got back, I chugged another coconut water. So that may help for people that do not want to be hydrated.
Yeah.
Or people that want to be hydrated, not dehydrated.
I can't stress it enough, everyone. Like, you can purposefully dehydrate yourself for an event, for something or whatever, and that might not necessarily give you a UTI. You're not in the clear immediately unless you like rehydrate as quickly as fucking possible. It is what it is, but that took up my weekend. Granted, it was a heat wave, so that was like kind of decent-ish timing with that. Thank you to today's sponsor, HelloFresh. Fresh air, sunshine, and good food. That is what spring is all about.
That's my favorite thing about spring. All three of those.
HelloFresh makes it easier to fit quick, home-cooked meals into your schedule every week by curating delicious recipes like pasta primavera, chicken Dijon, and pecan-crusted trout, as well as over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, and treats.
Every HelloFresh meal uses high-quality ingredients, including seasonal, fresh produce, and proteins that travel from the farm to your doorstep. Flexible deliveries that you can pause or skip when you need.
I have to be honest with you. We've worked with HelloFresh before. I have gotten many
years.
No, truly, and I've gotten countless HelloFresh boxes. This might be the menu that I have been like the most excited for. Like, I cannot wait. I am getting the Mushu pork lettuce wraps. Oh, hello, yes. And then I guess I'm in a porky mood. Pork chops with a zesty green onion salsa. Never had, like, I love that. These are things that like I would never think to cook myself, and also like, I don't know, pre-portioned, so easy and so delicious. I cannot wait to try everything.
Yeah, I'm getting the cheesy smothered mushroom chicken, which mushrooms and chicken are two of my favorite things.
And I love them together.
I do too. I've been actually using a HelloFresh recipe in my rotation for years. I'm also getting the balsamic glazed steak, which I can't wait.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love steak, and I feel like steak is like one of the pillars of warmer weather.
It is. It's very springy.
It is. Feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/BlameMe10FM now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life.
1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied at discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Support for today's episode comes from OneSkin. We've talked about OneSkin before. Did you know your body starts accumulating senescent cells as early as your 20s? Also called, what are they called, Melissa?
Zombie cells.
These cells stop producing collagen and hyaluronic acid like they used to, and they start secreting an inflammatory substance that makes neighboring cells dysfunctional too. There is an answer for these zombie cells, though, and it comes from our friends at OneSkin.
Founded by an all-woman team of scientists, OneSkin is the first and only skin longevity company to target cellular senescence, a key hallmark of aging, with their proprietary OS1 peptide. OS1 is scientifically proven to decrease lines and wrinkles, boost hydration, and help with the thinning skin that often comes with age. Don't just take our word for it, though. They've got over 4,000 5-star reviews for their full line of face, body, sun, and travel-sized products.
But if you want to take our word for it, know that we love them. We are using them constantly. The OS1, like the way it goes on, so easy, so simple. You notice a huge difference with them, and your skin looks great.
Yeah, I have become a fan of the Rich Eye Cream because it's like thick, but it's lightweight, and I can just easily use it as part of my routine.
OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. Get started with 15% off using code BLAMEME at oneskin.co.
That's 15% off oneskin.co with code BLAMEME. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in the health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Oh, I was going to ask you, because I know that you have not seen this. So, do you know who Romy Mars is?
No.
So she's Sofia Coppola's daughter, and she is quite funny on social media. She did like a video being like, what is Alabama Barker like getting ready for? Like all the time. Like what, like where's she going? And she's like, she's like 17. This girl who's saying that. So they are 18. Peers. Oh, Romy is. Yeah. But her and Alabama are like peers. Like, so she's saying this, and then it got written up everywhere. And she was like, then she got on social media being like, you guys, like, why would you do that? Like, I was just asking a question. Like, I'm not trying to start beef. Like, by the way, I really don't want to be with Alabama. Like, she wins by default. Like, I don't want that.
During I don't know if you've seen these posts about 100 Brits versus 100 Americans. And one of them was like, just put Alabama Barker and Cash Me Outside. What's her name?
Bad Baby.
Yeah, but what's her actual name?
Danielle Bergoli.
Yeah, just tell them that the other one is on the other side and make them teammates, but don't, and it'll be done.
The argument about that like I wish more people understood, like there are some British people that like don't fight. Like you mean to tell me you go to like one of those like very like hoity-toity private school or whatever they call them, but like a royal lineage, all of that kind of stuff. They're not scrappy. They don't have that at all. Every single American, regardless of tax bracket, they push comes to shove. There is not like a level of like, oh, I'm above that. We all have the criteria that will get us there. And like British people are like, oh yeah, we have a whole sect of people. And I go, oh, by the way, when we're saying we've got Waffle House employees, we can do it. We're just saying they could get it done in a smaller group quicker and faster. Yes. The fact that you only have this many people who can fight versus we all can, all of us.
And also like their little tiny country can fit into one of our states. We're pulling from corn-fed to dairy-fed to barbecue to pork. Like, we've got all these different body sizes, these different cultures.
Yeah, they want to talk about, like, oh my God, Americans. Like, they're afraid of our portion sizes. You should be afraid of our people who eat those portion sizes, motherfucker.
They're afraid of seasoning.
They're always, all they're doing is talking about how fucking obese we all are. Okay? And now you want to fight us? Mm-hmm. You think we're fat and stupid and now you want to fight us?
The guy that made the original post has now watched Waffle House videos, like that girl that
the woman who catches the chair.
That catches the chair. And he's like, I take it back. I take it back. I was just saying a little joke and now we've gotten a little too serious and I take it back.
Well, someone started a new one being like, well, what about 100 British women versus like 100 British women versus 100 American women. And all of the British women were like, oh, we could take it. All the American women go, bitch, we were included when it was 100 Brits versus 100 Americans. Like, we weren't sending just the men out, but no, by no means. Just so fucking funny. So funny. But Romy Mars, her other thing that she did, which I think I told you about at the time, was she made a video. She blew up on social media for making this video. It was like her complaining. So her mom, Sophia Coppola, her dad is in
Thomas Mars.
Yeah, he's British, Irish, Scottish.
He's in the band Welsh? Phoenix, and he is French.
I think it's a British band. So she made
a French band.
Oh, okay. She made a video complaining on her TikTok about how she was so pissed at her dad because he just grounded her, all because she tried to charter a private jet to go pick up her friend from camp so her friend from camp could come over and they could have dinner together. And she's like making like penne alla vodka. Like she has like pasta that she made and she's like, I can't believe my fucking dad. Like she's so mad and everyone's like, she's the most Sophia Coppola coded character ever. Like just Love like it. And it's so funny and like she really leans into it. But she just released a song. Melissa, it's great. It's so good. I like can't stop bopping. It is giving me like, I know people refer to like Addison Rae's music as like, oh my God, it's like old school pop. That's what Britney was. No, I mean, there's certain like parts of her songs I think are great. This to me, I'm like, no, this is pop. And I want to play you a clip of it. And she makes me laugh.
I'm scared because sometimes our music tastes diverge.
No. Well, I'm telling you, it's like, it's supposed to be that like level of pop. Fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fun. And yeah, I'd have to see the litmus test if Mott's will enjoy it because there's certain pop music that Mott's has banned in our household.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I thought you were a huge fan. Well, we should talk about our prophecy and this is a call out to NBC. If you would like to hire us as consultants, we are
any
available.
network, honestly.
Any of them. Grosse Point Garden Society. You guys, I need you to fucking watch it. And it's okay if NBC is like, you know what? We listened and you guys were right that it shouldn't have been a once a week network show. We should do this on streaming. I'm okay with that. But if you get rid of it, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Maybe you should write a letter or do a video on TikTok.
I will. I watched we now, everybody, if this gets you into it, we now officially know who they killed. So it's not like they're leaving us on a cliff. If you were worried that they were going to leave us on a cliffhanger for season 1 and being like, well, I'm not going to get invested in it if like I'm not going to have any resolution to that after if they don't get renewed. You find out. I am loving it. I'm loving it so much. And I want them, if they put it on Peacock, that's okay. If they get rid of it as a whole, I'm going to be very, 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 very upset. Because I need another show to watch. What are you watching?
I've been so busy. I haven't added anything. I actually haven't watched any soaps this week. So that puts you on the
catch
level.
up.
I know.
Otherwise, what do you do? Like, if you...
I just binge. Sometimes, like, if I
How much can you miss before it becomes like, I actually have to take a day off to catch up?
Sometimes I'll just, like, if it's just... Some shows go through a slump where it's just exponentially bad at the moment.
Okay.
And so I just won't watch, and then
you can
catch
pick right
up.
Back up.
I just pick right back up. And if I have questions, then I'll just hop on Google and look up this part of the storyline that I missed. So
okay,
it's not terrible, but like everything right now, I feel like is really cooking. So it's all good stuff. I just haven't had time to watch it. So I haven't watched any Grosse Point. I haven't watched any Poker Face, which is back, and Avia's already finished, and she said it's excellent. And I got her on that show, so like I love that show too. And Cynthia Erivo is in an episode playing multiple characters. So I saw a little clip of it because I didn't know what it was because I just saw Cynthia. And I was like, what is this? And it's like, oh, this is Poker Face. I'm out. I got to get out. I can't get any spoilers.
That's surprising to me. She does not seem to me like someone who that would be like a show that because they probably asked her to be on. It doesn't seem like, I've also never seen it.
Well, Poker Face, every episode is kind of its own thing.
Oh, okay.
And so the connecting is the main character, which is Natasha Lyonne. Every episode it's like it all connects together, but she is going to different places, solving different things. But in the first season, she's like on the run. Okay. And so like there are people that are only there for an episode, and it's a lot of her friends. Like she just calls people and be like, hey, come be on this episode.
That makes sense then.
Yeah. A lot of people from Orange is the New Black has been on it. Like people that you regularly see her hanging out with, they've been on the show.
Speaking of Orange is the New Black. So the new season of You. You're
watching that?
No, Melissa.
Oh. So what is wrong with you? You are that down bad for TV?
No.
Okay.
No. Also, I've auditioned for that show way too many times. But I also like the premise of that is like, so I have zero desire to watch a man who I don't trust. And
he doesn't even like it.
No, that like, and the way that he was like, you guys need to like, you guys are perverts. You're not supposed to be like lusting after like this is bad. And I was like, okay.
Like he talks shit about his own show all the time.
All the time. And I was like, okay, and he's like, this is like really alarming and scary. And I go, wonderful. Check your contract. Quit, my guy. Like, this is like, yeah.
No, that's the thing is he said he knew when he signed up what he was getting into, but he didn't know that it was going to have that type of lusty desire from people.
Well, but he like leaned into it. Like there's like a couple clips on his TikTok that I saw of like him covered in blood and like being like thirst trap. And I was like, no, this is like gross. I can't deal with it. But the victim or the woman who is like the muse of that season is Madeline Brewer. I never know how to pronounce the difference.
It depends on the person.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So she was also in Orange is the New Black. And she's getting like so much fucking hate because people are like, she's not pretty enough. And I was like, to kill? Like, you guys are fucked up. Like, you are royally fucked up. And she's like talked about how like, you know, dealing with it has been hard and like all of this kind of stuff. And people are like, well, I just really hated her haircut. I'm like, okay, that hair is attached
but she's
to her head.
Also very pretty.
She's beautiful. And she's a phenomenal actress.
I was like, who the hell is she in Orange is the New Black? She doesn't look anything like, I had to look up who her character was. Like, and she was stunning.
Yes, she's beautiful.
And she had blonde hair and
she's a natural blonde. So she's a natural blonde. And I guess like before you, when she like showed up for like, you know, screen test, whatever, like those kinds of stuff, they were like, oh, your hair. And I don't know if she said it was dark at the time or if it was blonde at the time, but like it was not red. Like red was, her hair was not red. And they had like anticipated her hair being red and they wanted her hair to be red. And I think she had bleached it back after it being dark. And so she was there blonde seemingly. And then they're like, oh, we want it red. And so then they dyed it red. But of course the pigment, freshly bleached hair, held on. So it's like a very bright red. And it was like much short, and her hair broke off. So it was like much shorter. And people were like, like all mad about her or whatever. And I was talking to Mott's about this. And I like looked up because I was like, I wonder what she was, because I never watched Orange is the New Black. I think Mott's watched it or watched at least a good portion of it. And so I showed him her and he was like, oh my God, I didn't even recognize her. And then I'm on her IMDb and I realize that she is in a piece of content that I think everybody needs to know about. She is in, this is like, I cannot stress to you how crazy this is to me. She is in a show from 2016 called The Deleted. Now, Meghan, what's The Deleted? The Deleted is a show by Bret Easton Ellis. A 2016 show by Bret Easton Ellis. What is that going to be? If you're unfamiliar, that is the man from American Psycho. Like that is from the brain of American Psycho. I bring you The Deleted, starring Madeline Brewer, Nash Greer, Amanda Cerny, Will Peltz, Alyssa Violet, a couple other random people about a group of kids in Los Angeles there's a cult and a commune, and all you really need to know is there's like an incest orgy in this. And Madeline Brewer is in this. I literally like completely totally forgot. I will say no one I know knows about The Deleted without me telling them about it. Like they're all like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, no,
I think unless you're part of like influencer world, then you wouldn't really know about it. But yes, I do remember when this was happening because a lot of these people were also being brought in for auditions for things I was working on too. And people were like, they can't do it because of the Deleted.
The way that when I watched the trailer again, and I was like, holy fucking shit. How have I forgotten that Andrea Russett has a cameo in this? And I have never asked her about it because I have so many questions about this. I have so many questions. Did you receive, Andrea wasn't in the orgy scene, but like for the people who were, did you receive all of the scripts beforehand? Did you know there was going to be an orgy scene in an empty Hollywood Hills mansion? Is there a reason why there's no furniture and you all share one bed besides the orgy? Because like, it's like, well, what else are we going to do? It is so fucking crazy to me. And like, I forgot that there were people besides influencers in this. Like there are legitimate actors and she was in that. And I just want to say kudos to her because that is still in her IMDb. And a lot of people will remove, especially if it's like
hard
new
to
media
remove stuff off IMDb.
Well, new media stuff is not, it's not like it is hard, but it's not like she still has all of her pictures. Like she's got all, and I was like, she's repping it. And it is, and I want to say she did it after Orange is the New Black, but I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have been during.
Because Orange is the New Black was her first, in 2013, it was her first job.
Oh, she was only in, I didn't even realize she was only in one season.
She's a phenomenal actress. Her in Handmaid's Tale. She was almost part of the reason why I had to stop watching Handmaid's Tale. Because I was like, emotionally, I can't handle this. She's so good.
You started.
Yeah, I watched the first season and most of the second season. I read the book when I was like, I was going to say, I read the 11
book years ago, and I was like, there's no way I'm watching this show.
No, I read the book way too young, and the result of that was me being like, I love this book. I'll watch the show. And then I was like, oh, I read this book a little too young to know that this was what it really was. So not so much. But if I ever meet her, I'm going to ask her, tell me about the deleted. I'm addicted. Addicted.
If you've ever shopped online, and let's face it, who hasn't? Chances are you've bought something from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes things easier, and not just for shoppers. They make it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from day dot with hundreds of beautiful ready-to-go templates to express your brand style so you can get up and running fast. You can tackle your important tasks, from inventory to payments to analytics and more, all in one place. You can also spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools built for you to find and keep new customers. And remember that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know and love it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm. I love a multi-use beauty product, like an eye/cheek/lipstick. It makes a full face so much easier, plus you only need to bring one product along for touch-ups. And whether you're all about simple mascara and gloss, or you love to play with bold shapes and colors, you gotta have that trusty favorite you turn to for every look. Thrive Cosmetics makes certified 100% vegan and cruelty-free products you can depend on for everything from simple daily wear to show-stopping self-expression. And it's all made with clean, skin-loving ingredients, high-performance and trademarked formulas, and uncompromising standards. And Thrive Cosmetics is beauty that gives back. For every product purchased, they make a donation towards 8 major causes, including social justice organizations and those impacted by cancer and homelessness. It feels good knowing that when I purchase a product, I'm also able to give back to causes that matter to me. And one product I love from Thrive Cosmetics is the Brilliant Eye Brightener. Like I said, I love a product that can have multiple uses, and the Brilliant Eye Brightener is just that. It's an eyeshadow and highlighter stick that's super blendable, and I'm slowly but surely stocking up on the 31 shades that it comes in. Try your new trusty favorites with an exclusive set for our listeners. New customers can get the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara and a mini-sized Brilliant Eye Brightener at a special set price, with free shipping available at thrivecosmetics.com/thrive. Or save more with 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/thrive. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/thrive for 20% off your first order.
Home means something different to everyone. But with Rocket Mortgage, home can mean even more. It can mean a college education, taming your high-interest debt, even a renovation. We've made it easier than ever to use your home equity. That home you worked so hard for, now it can work hard for you. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states, and MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I ran a track meet, and then once we got on our live, people are like, you didn't talk about it. So here is me talking about it.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Beyonce. So, like,
I guess
one is more important.
I thought we started with your track meet.
We just brushed over it real quick. So it was the same day that we saw Beyonce. I ran at 12:15 p.m. in a place that has a college that is not LA, but close enough. But it really, like, it was on a Sunday, so it didn't take me any time. It took me 30 minutes to get there. And once I got into the parking lot, I realized just how serious this was. when I saw people out in the parking lot doing their jumps, doing drills. And once I got up to that lady and I was like, oh, she's like in her 50s. Like from far away, I thought, Pierre, she was in her 50s. And then I knew just how athletic these people were, because this was my first track meet as an adult. And so I'm walking down the path to go, and there's a practice football field in the middle. And there are so many people, like I'd say a couple hundred people. People are warming up. People are running around. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. And there's so many different events. Like they've got the field events too, the high jump, long jump, all the events. And I'm just kind of like taking it all in. I hadn't associated with a team yet. Now I am part of a team because I was like, I gotta get on a team because this is a lot as an individual and not knowing anybody here.
Yeah.
Just seeing everybody in such a wide age group from 30s to like 90s. I'm not joking. There was a lady there that set a high jump record that I believe was in her 90s. The people that you run against is within a 5-year age group of you. So like starting at 30s, then it's like 30 to 34, and then you break it up from there. But when it came to 100 meters, which is what I ran, everybody runs together, which later I found out the president was like, why was it like this? And why weren't we running with people in our age group? This doesn't make sense. So I was running with some people younger than me, most people older than me, and took off running. I had never run with the blocks before either, not since I was in high school. Didn't like it.
So she had to text a high schooler and say, how do I use this again?
I asked her before.
And she's related to the high schooler, don't worry.
Yes, my niece. I asked her before what I should set my blocks on because we are the same height. But I still didn't like it. So I need to practice more on that so that I can come out of the blocks faster. But yeah, I got a gold medal.
She won. Was it your personal record, or was it like kind of in line?
Well, it was my first time running it where it was accurately timed.
Oh, yeah, that's what you said.
Because if I'm just doing it by myself, it's never going to be accurate. When I'm timing myself, like even if it's 15:45 or something like that, it's not going to be accurate.
Yeah, because it is the 10th of
yeah.
bajillionth of a second that you need. And then she went to fucking Cowboy Carter after. How come you didn't get a UTI?
I just told you why.
I know. I need to do the fucking
I've been hydrating for 2 weeks before. I told you about the juices I had been making.
You know what? I just need to be on your your recovery and like preparation regimen without the actual exercise. That's what I need.
After the race, I was like I kind of just sat down for a minute and ate a banana and was on a high. And then I was like looking around because everybody's like, are you running the 200? Absolutely not. Getting out of here. So I left and I went to CVS and got some snacks and some nails. Some press-on nails.
Put hers on. I didn't.
Yes, you went through all that trouble and forgot them.
Yep.
And came back home and started to get ready. And we had a plan for what time that you were supposed to get there, but I wasn't even close to being. I don't know why I thought that I would like have time to go get a massage and stuff. I didn't, but I came home and sat in my massage chair. But it was also because I thought I was going to leave. I thought I was going to leave immediately after the race, and I didn't. I hung around and talked to a few people and stuff.
Yeah. What your game plan of how the day was going to, when you were like, yeah, I'll get a massage after, I was like, you're crazy. And then when I told you about this thing that I found in your area that was happening on Saturday, you're like, we should go. And I was like, I think you already have.
Oh, I would have been fine for that on Saturday.
Oh, I would have not.
I was just, what was I doing? I think I was just watching soaps all day Saturday. And I went, because I was getting up early, and it wouldn't have worked out anyway because it was raining, so we couldn't have gone.
Oh, true.
Because I got up early to go do just some light sprints on Saturday at the track, and when I went outside, it started sprinkling, and I had my fresh. Well, it wasn't even fresh at that point. I had my silk press, and I was like, absolutely not. And I turned back around and went inside, and I didn't even get to the track until like 6 something. So, because that's when it stopped drizzling. So we wouldn't have been able to go anyway.
Yeah, the fact that we went from like cold and rainy to like high 90s is just wild to me.
Is it still up there?
No.
Okay.
It was just 2 days.
On Saturday, I went and had brunch with Grace and Diane, but like in closer to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so hot in my car. It cooled down, but then when I was leaving, because it was even hotter, because I think it was like 96 by then, I went to meet my friend Teresia was in town too, and her and Avia were having lunch, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I made it in plenty of time. So they were downtown at Bottega Louis having lunch, and my car did not cool down my whole drive there.
Yeah, it was like stupid hot, and it was like 0% humidity hot. Like it was, which is so literally a stark contrast from literally a week before where it was raining and cold. Like it was such a weird blip that like these last 2 days. I have no idea. And also we got no warning, which I also we'd found out that
you had warned me a couple of days before. Yeah,
but usually like it was not like I knew.
It wasn't a gradual.
No, it was like two. It was like two, I think I told you on Thursday. I was like, hey, apparently it's supposed to be really hot on Saturday. It wasn't even supposed to be Sunday, just Saturday. And then it was.
I had sent you a thing, though, because they were saying that some doctor on TikTok was saying that pressures for headaches would be higher because the pressure was going to change so fast with the heat and stuff. I don't know the science behind that,
but it happens, and I felt it as well, and it was just like such a weird thing. And then quite like literally Monday, it was just like not cold, not hot at all, and I was like, how does that fucking work? And I did hear that part of the reason why it's not so accurate of the predicting of the weather, or why like there wasn't much of a warning, is that Trump, of course, fired all those people who actually do jobs, have works, have things that they do, degrees.
Build professional skills this semester with Adobe Creative Cloud and create standout work both in and out of the classroom. Save big on professional creativity tools. Students get 65% off Adobe Creative Cloud, including Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, Acrobat Pro, and 20 plus creative apps. No matter what project you're working on, Adobe Creative Cloud apps can help you take it to the next level. Visit adobe.com/student to learn more.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at StitchFix.com.
I will say my flight. Well, first of all, the airport experience. They didn't have. I have Clear, and they didn't have it open, which slowed me down because I am a person that gets to the airport early, but I go through Clear, which makes it even faster. Also, because I travel with my recording equipment in my backpack, and so with Clear, usually if I have Clear, they'll just let me bloop bloop. Mm-hmm. It was the gate that I was at, or whatever it is. They had it shut down, so I couldn't get through. And then I was later than I like to be. And I also had to take, because my bag had to go through the scanner twice. And then I had to take a bus from LAX, the main part, to a separate terminal.
That one. Yeah, that terminal.
But it's a newer one. So it's not even that little one that's like a bus stop. It's like,
yeah,
it's actually
one
nice.
vending machine and the lights
and they've
flicker.
also, Yes, and there's a little shop in there too. But
No
they've
way.
also they've also upgraded the buses because it was vans and now they're actual buses. But by the time I get over there, the terminal is so long, and then I started like running because I was running later than I like, and I ran up the stairs. But then I was like, I have so much more time to go on this terminal, and then I had a mini asthma attack. And then a lady came up to me on one of them carts and she was like, you want to get in? I said, yes, thank you. She drove me to my gate. And then they were delayed anyway.
They didn't update the screens to tell you that? No, that's rude. There's nothing more embarrassing than like running and then everybody's just sitting at the gate, like watching you run, panting, and then being like, oh, you bitches were late and you weren't going to tell me. You were going to let me sweat my ass off. And then I'm just sitting next to you panting. Or if it's completely full, I'm just going to stand above you all, droplets of sweat panting. Yeah. I can't stand that.
Yeah. But the flight was smooth. I said, if every flight was like this, I wouldn't be afraid of flying. It was the smoothest flight that I've been on in years.
Oh, wow. That's so good.
Shout out Allegiant.
Who owns that? Alaska?
No, Allegiant. They're their own thing.
Oh.
It's a smaller, they have a hub out of Las Vegas. That's what the stadium in Vegas is. The Allegiant Stadium.
Sorry. Okay. That's probably what I was like thinking of.
And it's a bigger plane than the American one, because the American one is tiny, and that one you can feel every little gust of wind. Yep. A lot of old people on this flight. Didn't know what was up with that. A lot of old people, a lot of children, and I was like, cool.
Maybe it was like my flight that we had from Colorado, where I didn't realize we must have accidentally booked a gay dads and children's flight. Maybe you booked an old people flight. Yeah, it was a lady that 70, also there with her mother, who was like 90. Oh, and that's a medical marvel.
She had one of the little wheelie chairs that take you like up to the flight, but then dumped her when we got on the plane. And the lady had 2 carry-ons for her and her mother couldn't carry because she was holding on to the seats. And I was like, I can help you. And like the flight attendants were just kind of standing there, and I was like, why aren't y'all helping this woman?
Well, they're only used to working in the summertime, and they said
it is the summer-ish.
Yeah, they go, it's a little soon.
Yeah, so I was carrying her bags for her, and then she couldn't get them up in the bin, and I was putting it up for her, and I was like, what are y'all doing? Yeah, that's also the old lady next to me, and she kept apologizing that she had to get up, and I was like, I get a window seat for a reason, because I know I'm not getting up.
Why would people apologize to you if you're in a window seat?
I don't, because she was kind of like using me to help like stand up and stuff, and I was like, I'm here to help.
Yeah, I'm a window seat girl too, and that's because I'm not getting up. Like, I have zero plans to get up at any point. And yes, of course,
I see that people are like looking at the window, I'll lift it up for them. Like,
yeah,
I will be in charge of it, but I do not want to be in the aisle. I don't want to be in the middle.
I make Mott sit in the middle.
I'm a good. Since legs don't get.
I have way longer legs than him.
Oh, okay.
He's all torso.
That's true. You are, yeah, and you're.
I literally panicked. I thought he shrunk one of his jeans, and I was like, "Babe, you shrunk your jeans." And I'm holding them up to me, and they look clearly shrunk. And he goes, "I think they're fine." He holds them up to him, and they fit. And I go, "Whoa, that's crazy."
Thanks, Allegiant. If you want to, I was gonna say if you want to upgrade me for the stadium, but there really is no upgrade for what.
For what you got. And I'm happy for you. I'm not at all jealous.
I mean, there's still tickets.
I know. Moss was like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, I mean, I don't not want to
go.
So,
and it's one of the second to the last show, so it's gonna be different.
I know.
She's gonna already have done her European leg.
Yeah, we've talked about it. He's like, "Okay, let's just keep the options open." And you and I almost wore it today. And he was like, "You got to wear it for the podcast." I was like, "No, I'm going to wear it for our full recording day."
So cute.
It's so fucking, I'm obsessed with it.
You might want to wait till I get back, because you can't really see it on camera.
I know.
Like this.
I was like, you're not going to be able to see much of it at all.
Unless you go sit on a couch.
No, I don't really want to do that.
All right. Well, anything else?
I think that is it for me. I think that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Fisting Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will update you on my weekend and all the delicacies that I will be cooking / baking. It's going to be a long, long Friday and Saturday morning. Join us on Monday for But Am I Wrong? Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday. Wednesday, listen to your favorite episode. Thursday, we've got a brand new Don't Blame Me. And Friday, we'll be back here for another thorough fisting. Also, our Patreon is kind of like a one-stop shop right now. So like they've made it so we can import even the podcast with ads. So if you're not subscribed to our Patreon, then you can just go there and click and listen to the podcast and see what else we're up to. People, please, I pinned to the Patreon, like what your favorite song is. I'm going to make a playlist at some point. So participate. What else? And also we have live streams. When are our live streams, Megan?
Our live streams happen twice a month. They're a good time. Wonderful. If you've moved to a new place, you're just looking for to meet some people, hang out. There's always someone new, so you don't have to feel like you're like the odd one out. We are big on explaining inside jokes. We tell you all about it. And everybody's like so lovely and wonderful. And you can make real life in-person friends too. Those bitches hang out.
Thank you for listening, and
whoa. I didn't like how wet that was. Well,
it was juicy.
It was really wet. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melisa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Can you actually change your personality if you want to? How does peer pressure work, and why is it so powerful? Should you ever really trust your gut when you make a big decision? These are just a few of the topics we've recently covered on my podcast, Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and each episode of Something You Should Know covers multiple topics that are likely relevant to you. You'll discover things you can use in your life today, right now, like how to have a great conversation, how to be more courageous, the anatomy of the perfect apology, and much, much more. To date, there are over 1,000 episodes of Something You Should Know, and we've gotten over 4,000 mostly 5-star reviews. I invite you to check out Something You Should Know. Look for the bright yellow light bulb on the blue background. Something You Should Know, wherever you listen to podcasts.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We love movies, and we come at them from different perspectives.
Yeah, like Amy thinks that, Joe Pesci was miscast in Goodfellas, and I don't.
He's too old. Let's not forget that Paul thinks that Dune 2 is overrated.
It is.
Anyway, despite this, we come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
We've done deep dives on popcorn flicks. We've talked about why Independence Day deserves a second look.
And we've talked about horror movies, some that you've never even heard of, like Ganja and Hess.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.
From the podcast that brought you to each of the last lesbian bars in the country and back in time through the sapphic history that shaped them, comes a brand new season of cruising beyond the bars. This is your host, Sarah Gabrielli, and I've spent the past year interviewing history-making lesbians and queer folks about all kinds of queer spaces, from bookstores to farms to line dancing and much more.
For 11 years, every night women slept illegally on the common.
We would move down to the West Indies to form a lesbian nation.
Meg Kristen coined the phrase women's music, but she would have liked to say it was lesbian music.
And that's kind of the origins of the Comedy Hero Collective.
You can listen to Cruising on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes air every other Tuesday starting February 4th.